everyone, today's video is going to be a Morrison's vegan taste test. So in my last video I did a haul of everything that I've picked up there recently, and today I'm going to be trying it for you guys and letting you know my thoughts. I feel like this time round I picked up a few more like main meal type items, so I think I'm going to spread this video out throughout the week, and every time I'm trying something I'll just pick up the camera and share it with you guys. Right now I've got a few different bits and bobs that I've just cooked as like a little like lunch platter, I guess. So I've got 3 different things that I'm going to be trying. The Veganuary like chicken, southern fried chicken wing type thing. I've got the skewer here, which was like a Thai chicken skewer with also a peanut satay sauce, and then also the little cauliflower bites. This is just some mayonnaise because I figured it would go nicely with everything, but this is what I'm going to be trying today and I am so excited about it. I actually picked up the things from Morrison's maybe like 3 or 4 days ago, but I wasn't able to film the haul until today, so I've patiently been waiting to try this food. It's been in my freezer. I've literally looked at it every single day being like, oh, shall I just try it now? Like, shall I wait? Shall I try it? And I've managed to hold off and wait, so now I'm just even more excited to try it. I think I'm going to start with the cauliflower bites just because I feel like these are the least exciting thing on my plate. I have definitely tried things like this before from other supermarkets. I don't think I've tried Morrison's before. It's essentially just battered cauliflower. Pretty simple. I don't think it's flavoured with anything. So I'm also going to just dip it in the vegan mayo because I feel like why not? Vegan mayo pretty much makes everything better. I feel like that tasted very much how I expected it to taste. Pretty bland. It doesn't have like a whole lot going on. I mean, cauliflower as a vegetable is a pretty bland vegetable. The batter is just batter. It doesn't really have any flavours or seasoning in it. I think if you're in the mood for that type of food, definitely would hit the spot. I think you could jazz it up as well. Like the fact that it's so plain means you could make this into different like things that you want it to become, if that makes any sense. Like you could cover it in like a chili sauce if that's kind of the vibe you're going for. With the mayonnaise it works really well. You could maybe have it with like a tartar sauce as like a fish replacement type thing in some sort of like wrap or sandwich, or just as they are with maybe some like salt, pepper, maybe a little bit of chili seasoning would work really nicely as like a side, maybe like a chip replacement if you're trying to eat less potatoes, although don't know why you would be trying to eat less potatoes. Overall, they're not like incredible, mind-blowing, they're not anything I've not really tried before, but as like a little simple side, they are really, really good. Next, I think I'm gonna try one of these wings. These have gone super crispy in the oven, like so crispy, and they smell incredible while they were cooking. The inside of this is like a vegan chicken alternative, which I think is mostly made from mushrooms, and then it's got like a southern fried coating on the outside. This is what the inside looks like. It definitely has that kind of mushroom consistency. It's not like a vegan chicken alternative that I've had before. It's quite soft. It's definitely going for more of like the mushroom vibe rather than straight up vegan chicken. The flavour is not how I expected it to be. It has almost like a barbecue taste to it. I could probably go for more salt, but I think that's just because I'm going through a salt phase right now where nothing is salty enough. It's very different to how I was expecting. I feel like I'm gonna have some with the mayonnaise to see if that changes it. Mayonnaise definitely improved that, I think. It's definitely a little bit spicy. It's kind of like the spice that hits your throat and you can just feel like warmth in your mouth rather than it being like eye-watering. But if you're super sensitive to spice, obviously I'd probably recommend avoiding these. It's weird, I feel like the more I eat them, the more I'm enjoying them. They just weren't quite what I expected, but still I'd give them like an 8 out of 10. I feel like I would buy them again if they were on offer. Probably not if they were full price. I feel like I don't know what to compare these to in terms of other brands I've tried like vegan chicken alternatives of. The outside is really good, super crispy. I'm a big fan of like the coating. I just think I haven't had a lot of like mushroom / vegan chicken proteins before, so I don't really know what to compare it to. Initially I wasn't a huge fan of the flavour of the chicken itself, but with the mayonnaise I really like it, and I feel like mayonnaise can't really mask a whole lot of flavour because it's pretty plain. So if you're looking for this type of thing, I would definitely recommend giving these a go. And then the final thing I've got to try is this Thai spiced chicken skewer. Gonna try it by itself first, and then I've also got the peanut satay sauce to try as well. I will say the sauce is very thin. It's definitely not like a dip consistency, so I don't know if you're meant to like cover this in the sauce and eat it that way. I don't know, either way I'm gonna try it like this first just to see what it tastes like. That has definitely got a lot of flavour. It's definitely more spicy than the southern fried wings. I can feel that in my throat. I feel like it's the kind of thing I would need water with, but I am definitely a spice wimp. The consistency of this one is pretty different. I don't think there's mushrooms in this one. It's very soft, which I imagine the meat equivalent of this type of thing would be as well. Kind of like a blended meat consistency, which sounds so gross. It's definitely got a strong Thai flavour. It reminds me of the like fusion skewers I tried from Aldi over Christmas. The Thai one of that had a very similar taste to these, although obviously the consistency is pretty different. I feel like this would probably work really well in some sort of wrap or flatbread with salad and other bits and bobs. By itself, I'm not sure if I'm the biggest fan, but I'm going to see what it tastes like with the satay sauce. Pretty much just poured satay sauce over everything else on this plate. This smells really good, and I'm a big satay sauce lover, so I'm really hoping this tastes good. I definitely think you need the sauce to balance out the flavour of the skewer itself. The sauce isn't overpowering in flavour at all. It's actually very sweet. It doesn't taste too peanutty. It just mostly has like a sweet, I don't know what the flavour is. Yeah, it's not a super strong flavour at all, but it's almost like it's been designed to work with this, which obviously makes sense because it 100% has been. So I would recommend, if you're having these but you don't think you're a big fan of satay sauce, try them together anyway, because I feel like these definitely work best like combined together. Overall, I think I would give that one maybe like a 6.5, 7 out of 10. Nothing wrong with it. I just think it's my own personal like taste palette, so that I'm not the biggest fan of it. Probably wouldn't buy it again, but I think with the ones I've got left in my freezer, I'm going to make some sort of flatbread with them. I would still recommend picking them up if you're into Thai flavours. I think order-wise, out of everything I've just tried, I would rate the southern fried chicken at the top, then the cauliflower, and then the skewers. I feel like my cheeks are going to end up getting progressively more red throughout this clip, so please ignore that. My flat right now is so warm. I've had the oven on, and as soon as I use the oven, literally the whole flat heats up and it just stays hot. It's currently January and I've not had my heating on really this winter, which is madness. My flat just holds the heat so well, which I'm not complaining about, but also at the same time, I kind of want to open a window right now. I feel like in mid-January, that is just not a thing. So we're gonna push through it. I've got the burger to try this evening. I have just cooked it. The instructions said to fry it on both sides for a couple of minutes and then put it in the oven for 20 minutes. Which I've not had to do for a burger before, I don't think. I feel like normally I just fry them or I oven cook them. And I think that's what I said when I read the instructions in the haul video. I was like, oh, you can cook them in a pan or you can oven cook them. But actually you have to do both, which, I mean, is a minor detail, but it's one that is slightly annoying. I kind of like cooking something and just forgetting about it. I followed the instructions. This is what the burger looks like. I've put it in a bagel because I didn't have any burger buns, and I've also added some of the corn ham, which I cooked up to be a little bit like bacon. I've got some of the little cheddar on there, and then I've also got some fried onions, ketchup and mustard. So I feel like it's a pretty basic burger. I'm definitely going to be able to taste the burger itself. It is a chunky burger, I will say that. I know that they had like smaller burger options in Morrison's, and I went for like the more premium vegan burger option. I feel like I've not had a burger in ages. That is really, really good. That's probably one of the better vegan burgers that I've had. It tastes very similar to like a lot of the popular vegan burgers, in my opinion, like the Beyond Meat, the Iceland Noble burger. It has that kind of slightly smoky taste to it. The texture is really good. It's really firm and like quite chewy. It also quite reminds me of the Tesco vegan burgers I've got a few times recently. They are in the Plant Chef range, and I think they're £1.50 for two. These were £2.50, so slightly more expensive, although I think they are bigger. So I guess it would just depend on what supermarket you shop at, but these definitely give me that sort of vibe of the Tesco one, which is really good in my opinion. I'm definitely more of like a realistic burger person. The bacon as well is really good. Obviously I said that was just the corn ham that I fried up for a couple of minutes. That isn't really new in. I feel like that's been around a long time, but I got it as part of that Morrison's haul, so I'm trying it again, and I mean, I'm a big fan. Overall, I feel like I'd rate the burger a good 8, 9 out of 10. I have no complaints. Honestly, I feel like the only complaint I would have would be the price. If you compare that to a regular like beef burger, the price is still really good and affordable. So because I'm a cheapskate, I would probably go for a more cheaper option and go for Tesco's Plant Chef ones, because I feel like they taste very similar. But if I was in Morrison's and I was needing a burger, I would definitely pick these up because they taste really good. Just about to finish off this Outpro yogurt, and I realised that I never shared my thoughts. Obviously this is not really a new in vegan product, but it is new to me and I really, really like it. Would give this like a solid 8 out of 10. It kind of gives me Activia vibes, which used to be my favourite yoghurt. It does have bits in, which I know that some people are funny about, but I personally prefer yoghurt with bits in. Flavour is really good. I would definitely get this again. Tonight I'm going to be trying some of the chocolate ice cream. I have just come back from a walk where it was literally snowing, so why I'm eating ice cream when it's so cold outside, I do not know. I'm going to give this a taste to see what it's like. I've literally just got this out of the freezer and it's not super solid, which is a good sign. I feel like when ice cream is super frozen, as soon as you get it out of the freezer, it's normally quite icy, whereas this seems quite creamy. Oh, my teeth are so sensitive. That is really good. For some reason, it's not how I was expecting it to taste, but I don't know why, because it tastes like chocolate ice cream. It has like a really familiar flavour. It doesn't taste like the kind of chocolate ice cream I've eaten anytime recently, just because that would have been from like an ice cream shop where it's normally quite rich and it's more of like a dark chocolate. This kind of reminds me of a hot chocolate for some reason. I know that sounds bizarre because it's ice cream, so it's not hot chocolate, but the flavour reminds me of a hot chocolate that I think I must have had recently. Yeah, I mean, I have no complaints with this. I would give this a solid 8.5 out of 10 maybe. For 80p as well, I feel like you can't really go wrong. It's the kind of ice cream that I think kids would really enjoy. I mean, anyone would enjoy it, but you know, it's like not very offensive. It's not super rich or super flavorful, I guess. It's pretty simple, which I guess you would expect from like this sort of ice cream tub. I mean, it's no vegan Ben & Jerry's, but I definitely wasn't expecting it to be. It's really creamy, it tastes really good. I would definitely get this again. And this has definitely made me want to get the strawberry and vanilla one as well. I feel like you should get all 3 tubs and make like a vegan Neapolitan. Don't think that exists anywhere, but I would not complain if someone invented it, so I'm definitely going to enjoy the rest of this. So the last thing that I tried this week was the vegan fish fillets. Now, I didn't actually film my reaction to these, but I tried them the other night and I really enjoyed them. I think the texture was a little bit off. I will say, it does say to defrost them in the fridge overnight if you've frozen them before cooking, and I definitely didn't do this. I hate when the instructions say to do this because I literally never remember, or I decide on the day what I fancy and then obviously don't have a night to defrost it. So I defrosted it in the microwave before I cooked it, so there's a potential that that could have impacted the texture a little bit. I just thought it was quite dense for a fish fillet. I don't know, I feel like they should be a little bit flakier. The taste was very similar to other vegan fish that I've had, kind of like the corn fish fingers, if you've tried those, like a very subtle taste, which in my opinion is great because I do not want a super strong fish tasting thing. I wasn't really into that before I was vegan, definitely not into that now, so I really enjoyed the taste of it. I prefer battered fish to breadcrumbed fish, but I know you can't really be fussy, so I wouldn't really complain too much about that. But yeah, I think the overall texture was the only thing that let it down. I would give it maybe like a 7 out of 10. I probably would pick them up again if I really fancied fish and chips, which has been something I've very much been craving recently. Kind of like the whole shebang with the tartar sauce, the mushy peas, curry sauce, etc. So good. I mean, I very much enjoyed that meal, so I can't complain too much about the fish. I would definitely give it like a solid 7 out of 10. But that is going to be it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye.